Hi guys. I know, yes, I usually do English videos in this. So this is probably just gonna be unlisted as well, but if not, then it won't interfere. The thing is, I'm going to talk about here is about calendar. This is a podcast about calendar. I don't know how podcast works. I've never done one before, so again, it's going to be unlisted actually, so yeah, I think it's better to make that unlisted. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about how it works. What's the math that you guys usually need to do? What are the stuff that I recommend doing? Alright, so for what I recommend you guys doing, I recommend you guys looking on a calendar multiple times and see those days in one, like, it doesn't have to be 1 month just to memorize it, but just look. For example, let's start off easy. For example, January of 2023. So if January 2023 started on a Sunday, January 1st, 2023. So, the thing is, what you guys need to know, those days are aligned when you look at it because January 1st was on a Sunday. The first day of the week is Sunday. So, you guys look over and you guys see that that is a Sunday. I think I can also show you guys as well since I'm here as well. Right here. You see it? Right there. January 1st. Right. Sunday. But anyways, you guys know that's a Sunday there. And then another thing is, what you guys also need to know as well, basically, you guys need to know your math about modular division. I don't really use that strategy because I am not really good at doing division, but I heard on YouTube, I'm not going to say a name right now because I don't have it in my head, but if you guys use modular division, you guys can get that answer. Another way of memorizing a calendar, if you guys look at the numbers 3, 10, 23, 13, 20, 7, 14, 21, 28. So those are the numbers that you guys can look on a calendar. So for me to say first, I'm going to tell you guys the way that I recommend you guys starting off. So if you guys look at the number 3, what's 3 plus 7? 3 plus 7 is 10. Now, what does 10 plus 7? 10 plus 7 is 17. So on those 3 weeks, so if you guys look at the number 3, the number 3 is an odd number. Plus 7 more, 10. And plus 7 more, 17. So if you guys look right here, that is how you guys look at it. As you guys see right there, there's the 3, 10, and the 17. So you guys just add 7 more after the numbers, Also the 20th. For example, let's say 20th. 20 plus 7. 27. And now 13 plus 7. 20. So what you guys looking right here, as you guys see right there, that's 13 right there on a Friday, plus 7 more, 20, and plus 7 more, 27. So that strategy is a good way. And you guys also can look at 7 more days, be like, oh, the 20th was on a Friday during January of this year. 7 more, 27. So that's going to be a Friday. So as long as you guys align the days, every month you guys can look at the calendar and be like training your brain to memorize it. Then that is the key to memorizing a calendar at the beginner level. Another thing, a way of you guys remembering a calendar as well would be the 7th. Now, this is where I talk about the 7th. You guys know what 7 plus 7? 14. Now, what does 14 plus 7? 21. And 21 plus 7? 28. So as you guys see right here, wait, not right there, hold up, right there. If you guys look at Saturday, the days on Saturdays, this which was 7, 14, 21, and 28. So if you guys know the 7th, you know what 7 plus 7, or 7 plus 14, 7 plus 21, and 7 plus 28. That is where you guys are going to be good at memorizing that on that part. Another thing I recommend you guys doing, after those steps that I showed you guys, there are 2 things you guys can do. After you did that, train your brain by subtracting or adding two more days as the numbers. So for example, if you guys remember when I said the number 21, what's 21 minus 2? 2 days. That would be 19. So if you guys just little steps, it doesn't have to be big steps like giant steps. That's rush. I don't want that. Don't rush. And then if you guys be like, okay, 19 is going to be on a Thursday, and then minus 2 more, if you guys know that what's 19 minus 2, that would be 17, and that would be a Tuesday. And then the next thing you know, you guys are going to be like 17 minus 2, 15, that would be Sunday, and then minus 1, that would be 14. The thing is, the key of memorizing a calendar is if you guys got it on your brain, know the months. Another advice I would say is to know the months. So let's say this. There are 12 months a year. We have January. January is a month that it's cold. That is like the beginning of the year. It's the beginning of the year. You guys see right here, January. You can do this as well. There's a trick that you guys can do. In February. Where do you guys think February will be? Right here. Now the thing about February is February has 28 or 29 days if it's a leap year. If it's not a leap year, then it's only 28 days, like this year, 2023. So leap years happens every 4 years. So we're going to have our next leap year next year, if you guys are watching this right now. But if not, then you guys are going to watch this whenever you watch it. We're going to have our next leap year in 2024. After 2024, we're going to have one in 2028. But anyways, as I was saying, yes, in 2024, next year, and then after that, 2028, is going to be another leap year. After that, in 2032, there's going to be a leap year. And then in 2036, it's going to be a leap year. So every 4 years, a leap year happens. So you guys, just so you guys know. So, you guys know that February has 28 or 29 if it's a leap year. March. How many days does March have? 31. So again, we are here again, 31. So look, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August August also has 31. September, October, November, December. So you guys can do that trick as well. doing this if it's a 31 month, or do this if it's 29, 28, or 30 days in a month. The other thing for you guys to consider, I'll tell you guys right now, the months that has 31 days are the months of January, March, May, July, August, October, and December. Those are only 7 months in a year that has 31 days. Now, there's only one month that has 29 or 28 days in a year, which is February. It only has 29 if it's a leap year, but if there's no leap year, then it has 28 days in the month of February. And the months that has 30 days are the months of April, June, September, November. Yeah, those are the only 4 months that has 30 days. So that's another way for you guys to get your way of doing that. Another way for you guys to remember a calendar. I think this is gonna end off my video here, where we can do another podcast. But the way for you guys to have a thought of remembering a calendar, recognizing it. But before I tell you guys that, I also want to say as well, Easter. When Easter or Chinese New Year or any other holiday that, just some holidays, like Easter or Chinese New Year, like this year for example, there was a few holidays as well. But just those holidays, that doesn't always follow those third weeks or fourth weeks or second weeks. They will be changing regardless if they're supposed to be on that second Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Sunday or Friday or Saturday. Either way, the thing is, all I'm saying is just don't worry about that part unless if you guys if you guys know a better strategy to do that, which I could probably talk about. To be honest, I think about the Easter one I know, but I'm not going to talk about it in today's podcast. In today's podcast, I just want to say that if you guys want to memorize a calendar, you guys just need to recognize the days, or recognize the month, or at least just have a plan of you guys, a strategy for you guys to memorize it. Your brain is going to be a cell. It's going to be an exercise to your brain that's going to have a way for you guys to memorize the days, the holidays, the months, and the year, or even the weeks. But even if you guys don't, you guys are going to start to memorize. But in the future, I'm going to have a paid promotion video for you guys to watch through the course of memorizing calendars, which could be coming up on my channel soon. But for now, I'm not going to do that for now. But it's going to be very soon in the future. It's going to be a paid course coming up for me to do that, for me to teach you guys the calendar, which could be coming up soon. But all I'm saying, guys, recognize the days. I like to recognize the days because it just helps me, or not only helps me, but it's a strategy for me to know the days. So for example, let me just do this for example. I'm almost ending this podcast up right here. I don't want to do this very long as well. So let's say April 17th. April 17th, it's always but you know what I mean, just April 17th is going to be the third Monday in April. But I don't want to think about particularly about that day. I'm going to think about the third Monday of April, that there's always a marathon on that day, because it's always on the third of a Monday in Hopkinton, if you guys live in Hopkinton. Well, not only Hopkinton, but it goes through Framingham, Ashland, Natick, Boston, and probably even Brookline as well, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what I mean. But the fact of the matter is, I recognize that third Monday is going to be a marathon. Another thing, for example, let's say my birthday, March 22nd. I did a video last year on my birthday, English video. on March 22nd, which was on Wednesday this year. I didn't do a video on the channel, but anyways, I recognize March 22nd because obviously I know it's my birthday. It's not that difficult to remember. So, those are just the simplest things that you guys remember. Another thing as well, you guys can be like, okay, Martin Luther King's birthday always falls on the third Monday. Or Christmas always falls on the 25th. You know what I mean? Like, those little things. Thanksgiving always falls as well on the fourth Monday. You know what I mean? Those just little things. Just so you guys know that memorizing a calendar, I know, and I'm almost ending here, I know it takes a process. There's always time for people to memorize a calendar. In the next podcast, I'm going to talk about the patterns of the calendar. But all I'm saying, memorize the calendar. You guys will, you guys are going to start on the beginner level. During the course of me doing the podcast in the future, you're going to be paid promotion, which is going to be, it's not going to affect this right now, but in the future, I'm going to do this again. But memorize a calendar. What you guys consider of memorizing a calendar is that. And there's always things that can happen when you guys memorize a calendar. You guys are going to be amazed because, once you do that, it's an exercise to your mind that you guys are memorizing a calendar. So, that's all I'm trying to say here. This is all for today's podcast. Before we end today's podcast, I just want to say a few things. You guys are one of those people that are listening to my podcast. You guys are the ones that I think would recommend your friends this podcast. Recommend it to them. Just recommend it to them, alright? If they want to learn about the calendars, sometimes I might do it on a channel here. And if you guys understood this, then I'll continue doing it and we can do some other podcasts as well. But yeah, thank you guys for listening or watching this podcast. I don't know how podcast works in YouTube. This is only going to be in English for now, but in the future, I can do it in Portuguese, but only the English class are going to be in Portuguese. And yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. And yeah, so you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.